Hello, I'm back at the Exeter Northcott Theatre in the wonderful Dick Whittington.
There are two ways to play a panto dame, I believe, and to reference the sort of 70s, you've either got the sort of John Inman dame, which is very feminine and very much supposedly a woman, or you've got the Les Dawson sort of style of dame, which is just a bloke in a frock. And that's sort of where I like to be, really. I can't, you've got to look at me and the size of me, there's no way I can be feminine, so I do go for the dame, I do go for the bloke in the frock look,
We're going to be cooking up a storm. There's going to be magic, mayhem and merriment. All the ingredients for your perfect Christmas panto treat.
Sarah Seward, as we've named her this year, the dame in Dick Whittington is always a cook. And we've gone with Sarah Seward this year. So, obviously, one of your big ingredients in a Dick Whittington is your cooking scene, which we rehearsed yesterday for the first time and got absolutely covered from head to toe in slosh. So we know that works, that's absolutely fantastic. I remember when I started, I used to be for hours in front of a mirror. These days it's on and off in 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, but that's just experience. There's a thing for actors where I think a great number of actors admire stand-up comics. And it's the one sort of show where you get that chance just to do a little bit of that, to be able just to maybe step off the script for a moment, to relate to the audience, to break that fourth wall and chat. And that for a performer is a great feeling. It's also a scary feeling. Management. That's a good joke, isn't it? I'll keep that one in. Yes, let's give them a round of applause. There we go, yes, we've got a few people in. I'll work on that bit.
The dame, the idea of a travesty of womanhood being played goes right back to the medieval mystery plays. That idea of men dressing up as a woman and playing them in a ludicrous fashion is in just about every carnival or Lord Mayor's parade that you've ever seen. The rugby club are always dressing up like that. It is always a trope of humour and fun, but embodied within it in the pantomime, the dame, the conventional dame character, and the one that Steve's playing this year, is a lovable, motherly, absorbing, warm figure that we must trust.
You train to do whatever, so I've done Shakespeare, I've done TV, I've done all sorts. It's just another genre of acting, It has a style in the same way that Shakespeare has a style, or the same way that a piece of classical theatre has a style. So it's just another style. The great thing about panto is it's just so much fun to do.
I've recently split up with me last bloke. Oh, it's a sad tale. Oh, it's sadder than that. It's not that sad.
I think panto went through a phase in the late 70s, early 80s, where it became a wee bit blue and a bit of a place for sort of TV celebrities that didn't maybe have a great knowledge or skill for panto. But I think we've gone back again now to what panto was and what it should be, and that is really good, wholesome family entertainment that's something for everyone. So, the kids get something, the mums and dads get something, the grands and grannies, there's something for everyone.
My own darling said to me, you must be hungry, sir. What is it you fancy? I said, fancy, don't you know?
Dick Whittington's got loads of routines. I wouldn't do a pantomime without knockabout routines in. There are references to contemporary issues. The whole issue about pantomime in terms of gender fluidity I think is really interesting. Men playing women and women playing men, and who is with whom at what particular time, and what those imply. There are references to some elements of austerity. It has to be light enough not to give offence, but barbed enough to have what Shakespeare called a palpable hit. So pantomime has always had an ability to parody and satirise things that are part of contemporary life. It's not pantomime's job to proselytise or take particular sides, but to make barbed humour about contemporary issues, local, national and international, it doesn't matter. But any presentation of anything on a stage has political meaning.
Well, I think the reason we like panto is it's such a British tradition. I think it comes out of variety in the music halls, and it is purely British. If you show it to someone from a different country, they don't seem to get it. It's interesting over the years. Certainly as a dame, you call out people's names, and you say, "Oh, so and so from New Zealand," or so and so from Australia, and you think, do they get this? Do they understand it? Because it's such a British tradition. But the other thing about panto, of course, great fun though it is, and fantastic fun, it is hard work. I think we're doing 62 shows this year, and twice a day. I know it's not coal mining, so I'm not trying to be too serious about this, but you know you've done it by the end. I think Tony Lidington, who I wrote it with, we were both very keen right from the word go that it has a link to Exeter. It's not just a panto that can be done anywhere. So the story starts in Exeter, and it's very important that throughout the panto we reference Dick coming from Exeter. So I think that's very important. For me personally, it's fantastic. I mean, I was very fortunate to have done 14 pantos at the Northcott, and to be back again after 8 years is a real treat for me, and it's very important for me that panto is in Exeter and panto is at home.
I know that what we have is a very strong story. It's fast, it's funny. The performers and the musicians and the design are all very skilled and bring it to life. The exciting thing for me is we're nearly at the stage where I can put it in front of people who haven't seen it before, and I can watch. The show will grow again. It will change because the audience is the element of completion that any pantomime needs. Many plays can take place irrespective of whether there's an audience there or not. The audience simply sits in the dark and they have no direct participation in what's happening on stage. A pantomime begs direct involvement. It is an immersive experience, to use contemporary popular phraseology, but it's an engaging experience. It's one that requires the direct involvement, physically, vocally, of the audience with the action on stage in order for it to be complete. The timing of those jokes, the timing of those routines can't be complete until the audience is there. So however brilliantly I may have it here, it will be more brilliant once it has sat in front of an audience and bedded itself in. And I think people find it's a very exciting, engaging and rewarding experience.